Honestly, just it'll hit me after the game. I think when we go through the ceremony. Up until then, it probably try to keep that not on my mind. It's just about us trying to win a basketball game against Penn State.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go on.
No, so you've mentioned a couple times here recently, just when you came in, took over,
Yeah.
you had some of these seniors that came in under a different coach, and how they've kind of stuck with you.
Yeah.
You've stuck with them.
Yeah.
Just how that all this process has played out, and does that make that maybe a little bit more emotional come Wednesday?
It's going to be tough. Not until after the game, but
Right.
it is going to be very emotional for me. I think that's not a secret. They never once turned their back on me. They believed in me from day one, and I'll be forever grateful for that. And then there's going to be a time when Purdue is back to being on top of the Big Ten. It's going to happen, and these guys are the ones that are really laying the bricks and the foundation for that time. It's obviously we wanted to win more games for them, but our program, the culture of our program is better now than it was a few years ago because of these four. They don't get in trouble. They go to class. They show up on time. They're respectful. They're great kids. Every single one of them says thank you to the bus driver when they get off the bus. Nobody's telling them to do that. That's just who they are. And that's like the first step of creating a winning culture. And these four have their imprints all over that.
What was it like to see that level of fight, see that level of tenacity on the road, against Wisconsin, how things have gone, and for them to just continue to fight it out the way they have?
I just thought we had really two good days of prep before we went up there. Wisconsin had won 3 of their last 4 and been playing pretty well, and so we knew it was gonna be a battle. We shot it well, the ball, so we're feeling pretty good about that. Just needed a couple stops, and defensively just kind of picked up. There was a stretch there, I think, when JT finally started getting her hands on some balls and out in transition. Sophie came in and got some hands on some balls, just being really active, flying around, and the ball just continued to go in for us. On top of all that, we moved and shared the ball pretty well. I don't know what we were in our last 10 games, 2-8 before that game, whatever it was. If you were at practice Friday and Saturday, you would never believed it. They show up and they work their tails off. And there's still a lot of fight in our old bodies in there.
I think it was Janae that said, "This is the one you want to win." Aside from any, the on paper implications of the game, just emotionally, like, is that how it feels?
Yeah,
stays high.
Yeah. You want to make sure your seniors win their last game in Mackey. Always. It's. I think when I played my junior year, we lost senior day. I'm 39 years old and played college 20 years ago, and I still remember, that moment. I still remember the locker room after the game when I had to look at my seniors in the eye and, say I'm sorry because we didn't get the job done. So it's our job to make sure we kind of close things out for those four on the right note.
Where do you have to be better against Penn State this time, and how are they different from the first meeting?
Obviously, Tay Valladay makes a huge difference for who they are on both ends of the floor. But they've lost 6 in a row, no secret, but they haven't played in a while, so you can imagine them making some adjustments, picking up the pressure a little bit more, because that's kind of who they were, who Tay really allowed them to be. So we expect a lot of that. We got some really good looks early in the game that just didn't go our way. We've got to do a good job of taking care of the press. They're going to constantly mix and change defenses. They've got a lineup in where they sink drop coverage and ball screen coverages, and then they've got a lineup in where they switch everything. So we got to just make sure we're taking advantage of, opportunities we have, whether they're slips or mismatches inside or on the perimeter. I think we'll get our looks on the flip side of it. Got to keep, got to make Ashley Owusu work for everything, and then you got to keep those shooters locked down on the outside.
Their press is similar Penn State, Michigan State? Are there some similarities there?
Yeah, because they do. They both do 3 different presses. So they have a 1 guard or a 2 guard front, or then just a run and jump. So very similar in that regard. Yeah, it's. I thought we did a decent job in the second half against Michigan State of taking advantage of opportunities to go score once you break it. So hopefully we can kind of carry that over to this game.
20 steals. I mean, Janae gets 5. I mean, are you just looking for your team to just continue to play with that defensive,
Yeah, anytime we can get stops and score, it's no secret. Yeah, like we struggle in the quarter court on the offensive end. So anytime we can play in the open floor and push tempo, we like our chances. A team like Penn State, who's pretty stingy on the defensive end, when you allow them to play in the quarter court, it'll make it tough on us. So we got to make sure we're trying to turn our defense into offense tomorrow night.
Now, obviously, it's been a year of a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but kind of looking at the overall picture with your seniors who have helped the freshmen at least get through this adversity that you guys have faced all year. What kind of mark have they left on the younger ones on your team?
Yeah, I think Alex and I were talking about it in the office this morning. Just this group of freshmen, they're going to remember, these seniors for the rest of their life. Same as me. I remember Erica and Beth and Lindsay and Sharika to this day, and always talk about those experiences and how they kind of taught me the ropes and whatnot. But yeah, these 4 have just been really special to our staff, to their teammates, and the university.
Cool.